Good afternoon, guys, and happy Friday to all of our sunshiny faces, guys. I am a hot mess right now. My hair is horrible looking. I spent almost the entire day outside today, with the exception of a few times I had to go to the store. Outside weeding and gardening our other flower bed. I showed you guys, was it in yesterday's vlog? Did I do that one bed in yesterday's vlog, guys? But yeah, the other one, because the thing is, we had so much like tall grass growing in the flower bed and like around the rocks that it's really hard to tell what was actually in the bed and needed to be pulled out, and what was out of the bed and needs to be like weed whacked and stuff like that. So I spent most of the day today doing that, and it was just like it wasn't easy weeds to like dig out either. Like the other beds that I've been doing and stuff has been because it was grass, and grass tends to clump together and just like it's just like intertwined underneath everything, like all the dirt and everything. So like you think you're getting like one little patch of grass, and all of a sudden you wind up pulling up like half of, like, you have to dig it up. Oh my gosh, it was like the worst today. It was even more difficult too because I had to try and maneuver around the rocks, and so I was like digging the rocks up to pull the grass out and then have to put the rocks back in, and so that wasn't like the most fun part. But I did discover some of our plants that were still in there and were still doing well. And then me and my mom ended up going to Menards to actually pick out, they didn't have really a whole ton at Walmart when we went yesterday, so we got like a couple things, and that was like the cheapest really where to get them. And so we got the annuals there, but my mom got new perennials for the flower bed that I had finished cleaning out yesterday. And then she really wanted some black-eyed Susans, and we couldn't find those at Walmart yesterday, and we couldn't find them at Menards today. So then my mom had to go drop off a package at the post office, and there's a greenhouse right next to our post office. And then she also picked out a whole bunch of like a few other annuals as well, for like the yard. Right, annuals come back every year and perennials don't. Wait, I think guys, the ones that come back every year, she picked out like more of those, and so they have really pretty color in them, and so they should like last. And we found some other stuff too that should hopefully start to take over what is, you know, left in there and stuff like that. And so yeah, guys, that's what I was doing today, was more and more gardening. And so then once I kind of like, now that I understand the undertaking, I got less than half the bed done, which we have that big burning bush there, so that's like takes up, and there's not a whole lot of like weeds or anything like that that really need to be gone through over near there, but where I was, that needed to like really be tended to because there's really like barely any plants, and there was mainly weeds and stuff like that. And there was like creeping Charlie in there, and yes, Charlie, I said your name. He's asleep though. And so yeah, we ended up going through and going like pulling all that stuff out today. That's what I did. Matthew cleaned up the branches of the thorn bush that we took out from the other day. So yeah, my mom's, I think it was the primrose that she had in the front yard, and so we took that out. We still have one, but most of the branches on it are like dead, and so there's only like a few stalks that are actually still alive. I don't know what happened to it. Honestly, I remember something like last year, like it didn't look real hot last year, and like something happened to it, but it's been there for like a really long time, like pretty much ever since I was like at least in second grade. I remember having the one there, and then the other one was there for a while too, but it was just like in the sidewalk, like hanging over the sidewalk, and would always get people when they were walking by, so we had to get rid of that. But yeah, so we ended up doing more work in the yard kind of today and stuff like that. And then unfortunately, like right when I got back from Menards, I worked out there for like another maybe like 5-10 minutes, and then it started downpouring, and so I wasn't able to go back out there and get anything done. Tomorrow it's not supposed to rain. It wasn't supposed to rain today either, and it decided to. And tomorrow it's not supposed to. Sunday it is supposed to rain. Like, it's just supposed to be cloudy tomorrow, and it says that there's a chance of rain like early in the morning, like I think between 3 and 5 o'clock, but it's not really supposed to be like that bad. But it wasn't supposed to rain at all, like, today, and it ended up raining. So, yeah, and then on tomorrow, we're going to go see the Infinity Wars movie, and we're going out to eat for Jack's birthday, which, yeah, it's like over a month later. We never went out to do that, but he didn't know where he wanted to go, and so we just thought, like, oh, we'll just make like a day of going out to eat for his birthday, and he really wanted to see Infinity War, so that's what we're gonna do tomorrow. And so I want to get up early and try and get more of the bed done. I want to try and get at least the front bed done tomorrow. And then Sunday, Matthew's going to take me to grocery stores, to Walmart and Aldi in the morning. And we went to Valley Produce and Caputo's later, later today, after it was put downpouring, and I was like, okay, I can't get any more lawn stuff done or yard work, anything like that done. So that's when we decided that we were going to take care of go do the grocery store stuff. So yeah, guys, I am super tired. I was ready for bed at 10 o'clock, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed. And the thing was because it was raining, but the Cubs weren't playing here. They're playing in Cincinnati. So I was like, okay, well, we'll watch the Cubs game once I got home, and I was going to edit today after going out to the grocery stores and stuff like that. And at 6 o'clock, it was rained out, and it was still rained out at 8 o'clock. I think they started like 8 o'clock or 8 something like that. And so it was like, or it didn't get rained out. It was delayed, and it was delayed for like almost 2 hours. So finally, ended up, like, they played, but I didn't even know it was on. And then I was like, oh, I'm ready to go to bed. I was literally flipping through my Instagram. I was like, what? It's like, they posted a picture on there, and I was like, like, Addison Russell had a 4-hit game today. And I was like, it says 42 minutes ago. I was like, wait, when did that happen? They're not playing tonight. Like, I thought it was actually delayed, or like rained out, and it was actually just delayed because, like, I looked and it was like 7, 8 o'clock almost still at that time. They still hadn't started. So I was like, okay, then I guess they're not playing. And they did end up playing. And so then I just finished watching the end of it right now, and now it's already 11 o'clock. So that's why, guys, I need to get to bed, take a shower. I am super tired. Like I said, I literally woke up this morning and pretty much have been working in the yard stuff. But now that I understand, like, a better way, I think, because at the beginning it was hard to, like, get in there to try and get to the grass, because mainly it was like tall grass and stuff like that was in there. And because it's the flower bed, though, we couldn't, like, get the lawnmower in there. We could just, like, use the weed whacker, but then it kind of defeats the purpose, because I need to go in there and actually clean it out and pull it out so it doesn't come back. Because you use the weed whacker, it's just going to come back again. Like, there really isn't a great purpose for using that, except for if you're going, like, around the rocks. But although it was around the rocks, it was also in the bed. So I had to, like, you know, like I said, pull the rocks out, pull the grass out, and then put the rocks back in. And so now there's no grass around there. But there is still, like, some that's around the rocks, but on the side of the grass, so that Jack can come along with the weed whacker and the lawnmower and take care of all that stuff. So, yes, guys, I am hoping, though, because Jack, Matthew, and my dad should all be able to help tomorrow and do the lawn stuff and everything like that. So, hopefully, guys, fingers crossed, it does not rain tomorrow. And if we get everybody on board, I'm hoping to easily get that bed done. And then also, too, there's another where we pulled out the rose bush. What I think needs to happen is we need to basically get rid of everything that's in there. My mom just wants it to be grass again. So we're going to need to get some grass seed at Menards. And I want to get, like, weed and feed for the grass too, because our grass has got like just weeds and stuff like that in there. And my dad did it for, like, I think what he was using, I don't know if he was using, like, Scott's or something like that, but it was, like, a 2 time a year, like, once in spring and then once in the fall, I think, or something like that, or maybe it was, like, 3 times a year, you were, like, supposed to use it and stuff like that, or maybe it was once a month, and it actually made our grass look really pretty, and we had, like, no weeds or anything like that in there. And now that we haven't been using it, like, the grass, too, is so soft, like that you can run through it barefoot, kind of like grass. It was so nice. And then we haven't really done that in the last, like, while. while, and so it's like all like sticky grass and stuff like that, and there's like weeds and stuff like that too, like dandelions, and it's like it just needs to be like not in there anymore. So yeah, that's why we had like I said, when we actually bought that stuff and used it, there was none in there. And I think we still have like one of those like what's it called, like seed spreader things that you push the little carts or whatever. We had one for the longest time, and I don't know, maybe nothing happened to it, maybe something did. I haven't seen it in the garage recently, but I remember using it. And so, like, you know, we can use that to spread the stuff. But like I said too, there's like some patches of like creeping Charlie, like other things that we need to like pull up in the lawn and then reseed it. And or if we use the weed and feed, hopefully it pulls all those weeds out, gets rid of the weeds, and helps feed the grass and lets it take over in some of those little patches and stuff like that. Because the one spot that was always been really bad is like right on the corner of our sidewalk in our driveway. There's like one little patch there that for the longest time, ever since I can remember, like ever since we moved in this house when I was little, there was never like grass there. It was always like creeping Charlie or like just something like weeds. It was never grass there. It was always like some other type of like coverage, and it was just like it's always been there. I don't even think, I mean, that might have been like one of the only patches when we used that like weed and feed stuff that didn't wind up getting weeded. But that would be another like goal, is to actually get that stuff pulled out. But yeah, guys, I'm talking a whole lot about lawn care and gardening and stuff like that, but it is like spring. I want it to get done early enough in like the early spring, I guess, early summer, late spring, that we don't have to worry about it in the summer and stuff like that. And it's just maintaining things and stuff like that, and that, you know, like we can enjoy being outside in the yard and everything like that, because that is just really, really what I want. Because last year, just going in the backyard and stuff like that, if I can like see weeds, I was like, I don't even want to be out here, like, because I just look at it and be like, that looks like so much work. But now that I'm like getting little pieces done, and you know, even big stuff, and now everything's starting to actually come together, and you know, we bought now these new plants and stuff like that for the flower beds, and it just looks pretty again, you know, because my mom, ever since she pretty much had like the degenerative disc disease in her neck, which she's had, first moved in, she like had so much of the like lawn care and everything like that just taken care of in the front yard. And you know, just, you know, recently within the last, you know, like 10 or so years, really ever since like Jack was born, she hasn't been able to do a whole lot with all of the lawn stuff, and it's just like a lot, you know, she can't do a whole ton, and then it's a lot for my dad to take care of, and then it started to get overwhelming, and now it's just like a huge project to do. And so like my mom, like I said, she, like, we had gardens everywhere here, and it was just like all the soil is like so fertile and nice that the weeds are just clinging to it, and they're thriving so much off of all of the work my mom put in, and none of the plants are hardly making it. And so, you know, it's hard if it hasn't been maintained over the last handful of years, that there's such a big undertaking to take care of it now. And I mean, things have been done here and there, but it's never been a huge overhaul like I've kind of really started doing now. It's just kind of been like, oh, trim this, pull that out here, you know, and stuff like that, get that main thing out of there. But it's never been like get down to the root of it and replant. That's actually what I did today. I actually moved plants around in my mom's flower bed because they were in the way of like other things that I had to pull out, and so that's what I kind of did in the other flower bed. And so just all that kind of stuff, guys. It is finally actually getting like taken care of, I think, the right way this time, instead of like in the past where we just kind of done the easy thing, like weed whack everything, you know, and that kind of stuff. Whereas I'm trying to do my best to save as many plants as we have, and the ones that are still there, because my mom actually transplanted some of them from my great grandpa's garden, and so that was one of the ones today that I saved, because my mom's like, I really want that one still there, and so she just wanted it moved. So it is still good, and it is a I think she called it Live Forever. It, like, the thing has been there for like in our garden for years, and it is still living, and hers, my great grandpa's garden as well. So yeah, guys, it's a project, but it is coming along. So I'll see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see y'all recent shiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.